with those details. Meanwhile, in more breaking news coming in, Chief of Defence Staff Anil Chauhan at an event in Pune University has spoken on Operation Sindoor, saying that the operation was a no-contact warfare. Speaking on the losses of the operation, CDS said that losses are not important. He is in fact reflected upon a recent controversy where international media had picked up his statements claiming that he has made an admission to Indian losses. However, the CDS is once again clarifying that his statement merely meant to reflect that losses are not important. Let's quickly listen in to what he said.
Let me talk about rationality once again in the context of Operation Bunyan al-Marsus, which I said, I've said once, twice earlier that in this whole business of war, warfare or use of force, the military people are the ones who are most rational, because we understand that war and warfare is very, very unpredictable, and we also probably understand the consequences of war. So that I think is important. So although lost by Pakistan on 10th of May at about 1 a.m., its aim was to get down India to its knees in 48 hours. Multiple attacks were lost. And in some manner, they have escalated this conflict, which we had actually hit only terrorist targets, but also into the military domain. From their perspective, it would have been rational in the sense they would have said that you use military means to hit these targets. But it was also rational on their part, operation which they thought they'll continue for 48 hours, folded up in about 8 hours. And on 10th, when they picked up the telephone and said they wanted to talk. And I think that the rationale behind this the realization coming in, stem from two facts. That one is they must have assumed that if they continued this mode, they're likely to lose much more. So hence they picked up the telephone. And second thing, since they had struck us at multiple fronts, they still did not have the benefit of understanding what they had struck. So they must have thought they must have struck, and hence there's time to talk now. And if they don't, they'll tend to lose both.
Thank you for your insightful lecture on future wars and warfare. So my question is, what are the losses incurred or experienced by Pakistani side during Operation Sindoor? And from this, what can be the potential strategic insight we can draw for future conflicts and the evolution of warfare, sir?
Very nice question. When I was asked about losses on our side, I said these are not important. The results and how you act is important. So it would be not very correct to talk about losses, means numbers, etc. Means I'll give a detailed kind of an answer on this. You see in a match, suppose you go into a football match and you win 3-2. He scored 2 goals and you scored 4 goals. So that's an even-sided match. But suppose you go on in a test match, cricket test match, and you win by innings defeat. Then there's no question of how many wickets and how many balls and how many players. It's an innings kind of a defeat. But since there is always this inquisitivity as to the result of your strikes, which was visible, which was more in psychological domain and what was visible to us, all of us, means not to us, to globally, to everyone. So based on technical parameters like electronic intelligence, signal intelligence, at some point of time, we will take out this particular data and share it with us to answer those queries and inquisitiveness of people like you who keep telling me how many aircraft did we destroy, how many radars did we destroy. We will make a rough assessment of that and come out with that shortly.
One last question.
All right, so there we've heard it. Major General Sehgal, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Your reaction, sir, to what the CDS has said.
CDS has categorically stated that what is more important is the outcome of the war, and not how many losses we suffered. And India has won an absolute crushing victory which the entire world accepts and acknowledges. Pakistan today has also begun to acknowledge the fact that India has given them a absolute and total shoe beating, notwithstanding the fact that they're claiming that they've won the war and they've done a huge damage to India, and they air bases, particularly Adampur, Jammu, and which they also claim that they've knocked out S-400 units and they've knocked down 5 to 6 for Rafales. As far as CDS is concerned, unfortunately, he made the statement during a conference to writers in another international news agency in Singapore. I wish he had made the statement at home, but it's very, very important that he's clarifying it, that what is more important is the outcome and the result. Also, there is no way, he also said that once he realized the technical mistakes that we made, we immediately modified it and thereafter succeeded in a very big way. Now, what these technical mistakes are, one does not know. And whether how many of our, did we lose any aircraft, one does not know. There may have been drones which must have been deliberately been flown towards Pakistan.
Yes.
Of a certain variety to make sure that their radars, which were kept silent, opened up so that their frequencies were detected. And once the frequencies of the radars were detected,
Absolutely. Major P.K. Sehgal, thank you